Design philosophy for the organization. Whatever my works are for the last 15 years that I've created, whatever, be it the smallest projects, the large projects, I put everything, each and every project onto this kasauti. Whether every word in the design philosophy, the project fulfills a philosophy. Be it a painting on the ceiling when you enter my cabin at Della House, be it Della Tower, be it Lonavala, a villa we've designed, or be it Adventure Park, be it the restaurant, be it Vijay Malia's reception, be it Bajaj Auto, entrance lobby and reception. Anything that we've designed has gone through a certain process, has gone through a certain way of working and doing it, which I feel aajkal IOL log don't understand. Today we are designing. Why are we designing it? Because kuch banana hai. Client ko deliver karna hai. Client ko deliver karna is not the reason why we are designing. We are designing for a reason, and that reason is true to very, very close to my heart. I wanted to share it. I actually, leaving all the work, spent a day and a half sitting, penning down every word, because it's very easy to say that this is the design, but why are we designing it? And go through it from my perspective, so when you read it, aisa nahi lage ki it is something for our catalog. It's not for our catalog. It's for our lives to practice day in and day out. Be it if Noor is designing MEP, be it Sonal designing, Preeti designing, anybody designing with me, Amrut designing, Sunita designing, Priya designing, anybody designing down the line, it should go through this kasauti. If it doesn't go through this kasauti, we should not do it. Okay, design with an unsinkable passion. First I will say the whole philosophy and we will explain every word as short as I can. Design with an unsinkable passion, provoked by reference, inspiration and uniqueness. We place a lot of emphasis on concept-based design, which is democratic, rebellious and benevolent, extensively researched and heavily debated, striving to enhance and uplift the lives of as many people as possible. So if our design doesn't uplift human life, our design is no good. At the end of the career, when everything is dead and gone, perhaps 20 years, 30 years, 40 years from now, we don't know when it's the last day of our lives. Perhaps tomorrow, perhaps never. But if our design has not touched human lives, the design is useless. If we've not uplifted human lives, the design is no good. If the design doesn't come from unsinkable passion, like I said at the beginning of this evening, we do things with a passion. So it has to come from unsinkable passion. It has to be provoked by reference. Very often, a lot of new people come in 2 days, they leave. And they say that this fellow just copies. I'm not copying. I love to design with reference because I personally feel we are nobody. There are design greats and geniuses who already set the benchmark. We don't need to innovate the wheel because these people have already laid the pathway to design for us. People like Philip Stark, people like Karim Rashid, people like Frank Gehry, people whose designs we can relate to. These are the people who inspire us. So if we are picking up their referential work and they motivate us, there is nothing wrong. So we want to design by inspiration. There is no qualms about it. We don't lie about it. We go and tell it to our client, this design came from here. Like Della Tower came from Iran. I can never take the credit for Della Tower because everything is what existed in Iran. We just put it at the building. What great have we done? Everything that has been put in Kingfisher lounges was Pittman's Architects, New York. What great have we done? But yes, it takes a lot of technical knowledge and know-how to be able to put together something like that. Unique, our designs have to be unique. Lonavala is unique. Nobody can take that credit away from us. Every single thing we do, we want it to be unique. Today morning, I was in Indore at Chug Realty. We started out from a book on experience centers of developers. We picked up one image. And that whole image has been replicated in Indore. It's unique. I feel proud of it, even though it's replicated. But design is not always about creating something new. Design is about creating something which creates magic in the lives of people. We place a lot of emphasis on concept-based design because I firmly believe business can only grow if the design is concept-based. If the design is not concept-based, your design is fika. There is no dum in the design, like Bajaj Pro Biking. We had never designed retail interiors in our career. We gave such a strong concept to Bajaj Pro Biking that today it's been done at 70 cities and the whole branding of Bajaj from that old world Bajaj Auto of the 60s and 70s has taken a new turn for Rajiv Bajaj with Bajaj Pro Biking as a new brand. We want to create many more such brands which inspire people. Design has to be democratic. I often practice it. I never design alone. There is always a team of people with me, be it a draftsman, be it Sinaya in my office, be it Noor, be it Sonal, be it Preeti, be it Ahmad, be it anybody. Whatever we design is always with people. It's democratic. Design is never alone about I, me, myself. Because I, me, myself can't create it. You need a sounding board. You need a as junior sounding board as Monica is today, or senior, or mid-level, or people who come and go. But each one of them have played a critical role because our design process is democratic. I would want my seniors, my juniors to replicate the same. When they design, they should not design in isolation. They should always use a team of people and design. Because a democratic design goes through the process. People challenge the ideas, you reply back to them, you still stick to your design or you change because of them. But design has to be democratic, design has to be rebellious. Yes, we do think out of the box, it's a rebellious design. For me, thinking different is been my way of life, and rebellious design best justifies what I like to do. It has to be benevolent. Benevolent means it has to be humble. It cannot be egocentric. We can never feel we are great genius designers because you're like a medak in a well. The minute you come out of the well, you realize how small you are. So no matter what you achieve, it's nothing. Today when I go out in the world and I talk to people, I feel so small. I was in London for the inauguration of Thomas Heatherwick Studios exhibition. Unka bhi 16 saal hua. He's completed 16 years of designing. And when I saw every project of his and his studio, believe you me, how can I share with you? I felt small, and small as in small. Because every project of theirs was something great. Designing for the buses for the city of London, designing the Olympic flame, designing a glass bridge, designing a bridge that rolls like a snail, designing a building which feels like hairs coming out, which wins international acclaim in China and the world over. When you compare, what are we creating? Interior after interior, we are doing the same replicated design, mundane workstations, tables, cabins, receptions. There is nothing unique. We will never feel proud tomorrow turning back saying, yes, wow, that's my creation. Every single creation in Heatherwick Studios done by him and his team was unique. Every single thing. A chair was unique. There is nothing mediocre. Even the way they dispense their catalog was unique. So, I want our studio, I want our company to start churning out unique projects. We become too mechanized, we become too monotonous, we become too much of a factory. I think somewhere down the line our passion is gone. We need to enthuse that passion. Radio City, when we did, I think in 99, 2000, 2001, the reception counter was designed out of speakers. The ceiling was exposed, there was exposed ducting. The ducting was painted by artists from JJ School, who were two of our draftsmen employed in our company. That is who we are. We used some 9 or 10 colors, and yet the office didn't look color by Technicolor, it looked perfectly balanced colors. Every workstation had a different fabric. That is the passion from where we started. Today we've lost it. We are not creating uniqueness any longer. We need our designs to be unique because our future is not secure if it's not unique. Our future doesn't hold good if it's not unique. So a draftsman sitting back end, a junior designer, a new designer, an old designer, my humble request to each and every one of you is try and see how we can excel in doing what we are doing. Not just so that we can make more money, because we can create something that we feel proud about. We created Marine Drive Police Station for the city of Mumbai. It was a community service project. We enjoyed designing it. We created something different and unique. So anything that's different, unique, which is done for the betterment of mankind is great design. Striving to excel, yes, we want to excel. We don't want to be one more architectural company or interior design company in Bombay. We want to be one of the top 5 architects, interior designers in the country. And we really strive and work very hard. I don't think I'm going to die a happy man if we are not the top 5. We really need to struggle. There's a long way to go. People are creating, new architects are creating, old architects are creating fantastic works. Like I said, we are like a medak inside a well. We think we are big. I don't think we are big, because we have as yet created very few projects that are outstanding. We need to create more. A uplift the lives of as many people as possible. I would love to touch the lives of as many people as possible. I would love to get into mass housing. I would love to change the lives of the slum dwellers. I would love to do things at a different level. That is my dream, my ambition, my vision. I hope it rubs onto you. Our design should create an awe and an element of surprise. What design is good if it doesn't create an awe? People come into Della Adventure and whatever it is, it creates an awe. People come into Della House, it was designed in 2004. It still creates an awe. It's a simple office, but it creates an awe. So what good is a design if it doesn't create an awe or an element of surprise? Thus engaging the occupant or viewer in a conversation, developing scenarios that will lift people out of everyday and into the imaginative, creative mental world. Basically, the design, the two legs coming in our Della House reception, you start communicating with yourself, don't you? You kind of say, what is this? Why is it coming out of the wall? What is this man sitting here doing? Where is the rest of the body? It creates a silent conversation in your mind. Every design should be like that. Della Tower creates a silent conversation in people's mind when they're just passing from the lane. They have nothing to do with history, architecture. It creates a conversation. People look at it and within man mein unki baatcheet chalu ho jati hai. So every design of ours should be the same man mein conversation going. Every time somebody goes to the toilet in Della Adventure, it creates a conversation about those women measuring or a model standing. I think this is creativity. Very humble, very simple, nothing fancy, but should create conversations into the minds of the reader who reads it. So I have shared my design vision, my design philosophy with you all, and I hope the year 2012 proves something which is path-breaking. We get design focused, and this philosophy which we've pinned down acts as a barometer for the design that we are doing in the year 2012, 2013. Thank you. It's been a pleasure having each and every one of you over here. Love you all beyond points and beyond limits that I can express.